horror movies, mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
Alright, welcome back, extraterrestrials. In this video, we're going to be doing episode 17 of season 1. That's E.B.E, extraterrestrial biological entity. They say it 12 times through the episode to make sure you get it.
Yep.
In this episode, as usual, you can find that down in the description of the video. But we are introduced to the lone gunman.
Finally.
They are such a big part of the show. They are such a memorable part of the show that not being able to talk about them has been very, very hard. But moving right into the episode, what'd you think about this one? What'd you notice about this one?
This is a great one. My first feelings about the episode is that this is the episode that disinformation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the episode's based on. Mm-hmm. You want aliens, we'll show you aliens, but they might not be the aliens you think. They might just be made up, you know. And basically through the whole episode, it's a wild goose chase on finding nothing.
Yeah.
And finally, it gets down to the nitty-gritty of the episode, and that's when Mulder has to turn to unconventional things. Lone gunman. He even calls, like,
Nightcap.
he calls Nightcap, and I'm just like, so is Nightcap, like, a major thing now and stuff, you know?
I guess we'll have to see later in the seasons.
Because I was so excited when he was like, he was listing off all the UFO groups that he contacted and stuff. And one of them was Nightcap. And I was like, wait a minute.
Because he listed like legitimate places, like, you know, the University for UFO Research, Nightcap, and you're like, wait, what? Yeah. Like that the guy Max did?
Yeah.
His group of guys? Okay, whatever.
But he died. Yeah.
But so that was cool.
Yeah.
It was a nice little throw back to Max again.
This is again proving once more that Mulder, when he looked at him in that cell, he was saying, if I didn't have an FBI badge, I would be this guy. Yeah. I would be in an RV somewhere going from UFO sites to UFO sites. Mm-hmm. But the lone gunmen are, I do like the fact that Mulder talks about UFO things to those guys, and they're just like, you know, your theories sound crazier than ours and stuff. I love that. They're the ones that are showing Scully, like, you know, tracking devices and $20 bills. And, you know, I had lunch with one of the assassins from JFK. And it's just like, did you? Or did you just have lunch with your grandpa? You have lunch with grandpa and telling me it was the guy who killed JFK and stuff, man? Come on.
This episode, I think it alludes to again, trust. Has been a big thing throughout this series already.
Yeah.
Scully says, the only person I can trust is you, and to Mulder, and Mulder is like, well, you're just going to have to trust me.
Just trust me. Then trust me. Yeah.
And this is the first time that there is physical proof. We go back to the first episode where we see them collect this evidence, and it all get burned down by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And Mulder's like blaming the government, and Scully's like, well, we don't know if it was them or the local police. Now there is proof in hand, in Scully's hand specifically, the pen that she uses to buy bus tickets and sign the, you know, transaction papers. She lets an old lady, a nobody in the background, use her pen real quick, and she gets it back, and there's a bug in it.
Mm-hmm.
Later, we see Mulder talk to Deep Throat, and Deep Throat says, look, you may have found that bug in the pen, but they're still listening. They can still hear you, is what he says. And Mulder goes home and tears apart this apartment that he lives in, and there's a bug in his wall attached to one of his power outlets.
Yeah.
So, that it is proof, without a doubt, that the government cannot be trusted in real life.
Yeah, and in Mulder's eyes.
Yeah. And also in this episode. But mainly in real life.
Yeah.
And that's them. They're coming for us. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
The episode's over.
Yeah.
But so I mean, this, you get the confirmation, you get the proof, and then you see what they do after they have this proof. They don't deter.
Yeah.
They keep going. They're going to go see it for themselves. And it's a great episode. It is jam-packed from beginning to end. There is no lackluster conversation. There is no, there's not a whole lot of detective work, or the detective work that they do is not focused on. It's very much like, found this out.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah, and that's once more going back to disinformation. They learn stuff, and they start realizing that what they're learning is completely false information. The truck.
But Deep Throat says in the episode, the best place to hide a truth, or the best place to hide a lie, is in between two truths.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I get... This is kind of where you kind of get worried about the character of Mulder, that if you believe everything, if you believe everything, you'll fall for anything and stuff.
Yeah.
And
it's close. It was like two different things together.
What was Deep Throat's, Deep Throat, like, what was he trying to accomplish, and what was, can we trust this character? Mm-hmm. Now we've, every time that we've seen him on screen, something good has happened, but something crappy has also happened equally and stuff. Deep Throat we learn a little bit of why he's helping Mulder now is because he's had the unfortunate event of having to kill an alien. And that all the major countries of the world after World War II came together and said, listen, if a UFO or an alien lands on your continent, you are responsible for the extermination of this creature. Mm-hmm. So we do learn that, and it kind of leads us into the character of Deep Throat a little bit better and stuff. And I think that's really great. Did Mulder kind of like throw Scully under the bus, though? Because, like, they get caught in the nuclear power plant and stuff, and he's like, out the way, bitch! I'm going for the aliens!
He definitely, I mean, I understand, I understand what he was doing. They're not going to shoot him. They're not going to hurt her. So he took the opportunity. He was that close. He's this close. He's just got to get through that door and down this weird series of, corridors. Corridors. And then he's there.
Yeah.
So does he just stay detained and walk past it and go, well, didn't get it this time, maybe next time? Or does he just think it?
My alien could be right over there, but I'm not going to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I geeked out when, like, Scully's sitting there, she's got her hands up, and Mulder's just like, you!
And then she instinctively, because she's a good person and good partner, she, like, takes, smacks the gun and is like, don't do it, or, whatever.
She just, like,
helps him get away, so.
Just has her hands up, and you can just see her eyes roll and go, God damn, why me? Why me? My life was so much easier when I wasn't part of this shit.
I don't hate on him for it.
Yeah.
I think that Scully would understand. The one thing that I thought was funny was Scully she just had, like, it must have been so laughable to her to be at the Lone Gunman's headquarters because, you've got Langley, like, telling these conspiracy theories. You got Frohickey randomly taking creepy pictures of her. And then you've got, what's the other guy's name? The long-haired guy? I always drop his name.
Yeah.
You see Byers answer the phone with, like, a voice distorter and a recorder. And, from Scully's point of view, she's just like, this is crazy shit. This dude just, Byers rips her money, then records a call from nobody for no reason. And it's just, and later in the episode when Mulder calls, he's like, turn the recorder off. And he's like,
It's off. Yeah.
it's off.
Yeah.
And he's like, turn it off. And he's like, it is already.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah, you're going to keep recording. Scully again gets held up while Mulder gets the talking and the explanation and the visual. And it's a reoccurring thing in these episodes. Mulder gets everything he needs and wants, or so close to it, and Scully's just not there. They're both let go from this government facility that they've snuck into willingly and freely because of Deep Throat, essentially. Because he's just that high of clearance. He's just like, no, we're going to let these people go. Nothing's going to happen to them. And so it was.
Yep.
And then he just walks off into the fucking fog. Definitely, this is one that you don't want to skip. This is a good one to show people if you're introducing them. And check it out.
Yep.
Let us know what you thought in the comment section of this episode. Anything that you caught in the background, any Easter eggs or anything like that that we didn't mention. And we'll see you next time.
Yep.
Bye-bye.